GSL Season 2.
And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. We just wrapped up with our second series of the broadcast. Kira vs. Clem did just conclude, and we have our winners match. herO took down Classic, Kira took down Clem, and we have herO versus Kira coming up next to determine the first player to advance on into the semi-finals. Into the top four. Let's go. It's going to be either a Terran or a Protoss, bearing in mind that after this series, we then have another PvT, Classic versus Clem, in the elimination match. Oh boy. So back-to-back PvTs are going to be occurring here, and we'll see who's going to be the first player to advance on into the next round. herO coming in as the best Protoss player in the world. Meanwhile, Kira with some spicy TVP as well. We saw that against Clem. I'm sure we'll see that here as well. Let's go. Let us go. Everyone in the chats, follow suit as to what hero's doing. Posture check. Posture check. Ugh. No slouching. No slouching in the chats. Make sure you check your posture. Make sure you stretch as well. Let's go as we get ready for the series. Likewise, Kira also setting up as well. Este Kira, este herO. Vámonos. Vámonos here. It looks like videos are done. Game 1, Ruby Rock. Game 2, 10,000 feet. Game 3, Taitos Citadel. Interesting. So, if you recall, Kira's videos are very similar to the previous series, getting rid of Old Republic and Celestial Enclave. A little bit of a difference here. He does get rid of Mothership as well. Meanwhile, herO, he eliminates Tourmaline, Winter Madness, and White Rabbit. Tourmaline being a hyper-aggressive map, and I'm sure you saw that last game, and he was like, you know what? I want none of that. Get rid of Tourmaline. We're going to have to deal with the most aggressive map in the map pool. Getting rid of Winter Madness is interesting though. I'm a little bit caught up by that. herO vetoing Winter Madness, the hell? And here we go, spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Ruby Rock. We have the South Korean Protoss. For T1, it is herO. In top left hand corner, we have the South Korean Terran player. For Team Liquid, it is Kyor. Here we go, we have our most recent head-to-head offline and online records here, both in favor of a herO. But remember, it's about the recent records and recent matches that do matter most, and Kira, he does hold his own against herO. herO is still favored, don't get me wrong, but Kira, he can hold his own. I'm sure Kira is well prepared for his Protoss opponents in this group, as Kira has nothing but Protoss opponents. Classic, herO, and Clem, they would all play Protoss against Kira, so he had to fixate on just the one matchup. Just the one. So now we're going to be opening up. herO will go for the probe scout, checking the gases and checking for the initial opener of Kira. Does confirm a single gas ranks expand opener out of our Terran player. True. Does confirm. Does confirm here. Likewise, back at home, standard opener out of herO, going for his own gate, cyber, expand as well. Nothing crazy, nothing wild, just economic standard openers from both sides. Welcome to Ruby Rock. Ruby Rock is a smaller map of the map pool, shorter rush distance by ground. Aggression is favored on Ruby Rock. I should emphasize that this is not as extreme as Tourmaline. True, not as extreme, but still on the more extreme side of things, on the more aggressive side of things. And speaking of aggression, proxy pylon out of herO. Ooh, are we tempted to go proxy Stargate into Oracle into the main? No shot. Cybercore is almost done. It's lined up with the pylon. It's lined up. Show us the Stargate. No shot. No shot. Give us that take. I mean, this is just so close, and it's so vulnerable for scouting as well. Warp gate. Okay, warp gate is researched. So no proxy Stargate. I feel like if that was the case, we would have delayed warp gate for Stargate, right? No, okay. Warp gate into... Oh, he cancels! I see. That's why I was caught off guard. I'm like, he starts warp gate. That means he shouldn't proxy, right? But he cancels. He cancels the warp gate, throws down the Stargate. He commits into the proxy Oracle. Again, very aggressive, very committed here. Very committed in the sense that if this fails to do damage, then herO will fall behind. Because you're investing so much tech, you're delaying your Twilight Council, you're delaying your Blink, you're delaying your tech in favor of aggression. impression. This needs to pay for itself. On the flip side, I'm concerned because this is very close and it's not that difficult to scout. I wouldn't be surprised if Cure blindly does check that location just to make sure there is no shenanigans going on, but we'll see. We'll see, because Cure did not open Reaper. True, he did not open Reaper. He's going Marine Cyclone into a medevac drop across the map. Cure is being hyper aggressive here. If you remember, Cure went for this very same opener in the previous series versus Clem. True. He went for this opener on Tourmaline, actually, if you recall. Did go for it on Tourmaline. First Oracle has arrived. The probe is being annoying here. The Cyclone does reveal itself. And are we backing up for a second Oracle? No, this is so risky. This is so risky from herO. Ay, ay, ay. Okay. Let's backing up the second Oracle. Curious moving out. This is all bearing in mind that the proxy oracles also mean there's going to be that much less to defend for herO, so it's going to be a much more difficult defense, especially because herO has all 3 adepts across the map as well. It's about to get rowdy. It's about to get rowdy. We're diving into the main base. Cyclone is in between the bases. Drop into the main. Do we commit on the side? He goes for it. He dives. He wants the Cyclone. He wants it. Do we repair in time? Here the boys are being pulled. The repairs are not in time. The Cyclone goes down, overwhelms the main base. SCVs are falling left and right at the same time. Drop into the main. He does drop in, rushing to the mineral line. So many SCVs are going to be going down, but at the same time, how many probes go down as well? How many probes? Show us what you got. Ooh, does focus on the battery. Battery does fall. Probes are now falling. I just shade back into the main base, and wow, only 2 probe kills. herO's holding. The boys are fighting. Oh my god. Yeah, the boys, they turn to fight. No mining in the main. Sorry, no mining in the natural for Cure. Jumping back into the main base. The medevac will fall and does get a couple of probes, but nowhere near as many. Nowhere near. I mean, half. As 9 probes go down. herO defends, and across the map, how many workers do we have left mining? 0 economy. Oh my god. 21 SCVs remaining here, and as it all settles, where exactly are we? herO's on just under 2 base saturation. Yeah, GG gets called. Cure's being crippled, and herO takes game number 1. God damn it. GG, well played. A very cheeky build here out of herO. Very cheeky, very chaotic, very risky is what I will say. But in the end, he was able to dive on the Cyclone. If you recall, the first thing to go down was diving on that Cyclone here. As soon as he recognized there was a defensive Cyclone, he did veer his adepts into said Cyclone, shaded on top. Oracles dived in as well. Cure pulled the boys to repair, but the repair was not in time. The Cyclone still went down, and that was game. That was game. The economy was crippled. Meanwhile, back at home, the batteries, they were buying so much time for herO to buy time to minimize losses and to defend back at home as well. GG, well played. With that, herO does take a lead, and now we're jumping in the game número 2. Let's go. Let us go. We're jumping to game 2 here, and we'll see if herO will close it out here and now, or if Cure can bounce back. Game 2, 10,000 feet. That's a lot of feet, Pappy. That's a lot of feet. Now coming into 10,000 feet, this is another smaller map in the map pool, but the bases are more defensive. What do we say, at least, regarding 10,000 feet? It favors momentum. Whoever has momentum can quickly snowball out of control. We'll get a little bit more into it as we load into the map itself. Let's go. Let us go. As herO's locking in. Now, I don't expect to see another proxy Stargate. Not 2 games in a row. No shot. But we could still be seeing something more aggressive in a different way, in a different form. Let's jump in. As spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of 10,000 feet, we have the South Korean Protoss player. We have the blue Protoss representing T1. It is herO. And spawning in the upper right-hand corner, we have the South Korean Terran player for Team Liquid. It is Cure. Here we go. We are jumping into game number 2 here, and again, herO has a 1-0 lead so far, and can he close it out here? Now remember, this is a best of 3, by the way. Best of 3 winner of the series will advance on into the round of 4, with the first player to make it to the semifinals and confirm their spot in the offline portion of the tournament in the GSL studio in Korea. Let's go. Meanwhile, Kira, he himself, of course, is going for a double gas opener this time. Double gas opener, faster factory, delayed CC out of Kira. With this, he can go into committed drop play, he can go into earlier Cyclone, he can commit into Banshee, for example. We'll keep an eye on Kira to see kind of how this tech-heavy start unfolds. It can also lead into Reactor Reaper Hellion, for example. True. Kira has options. Kira does have options. Discussing the map itself here, again, the rush distance by ground is very short. Actually, it's a very short rush distance by ground, but the bases are very close together. The main, the natural, the third, the fourth base, all these bases are very close together. The distance by the ground is very short, so rotating and defending each of these bases and rotating between them is actually quite easy for the defending player. It can be quite difficult for an aggressing player to break the initial 4-base setup. It can be difficult. Now, there is a caveat to that. Because of the rush distance by ground, if you're being active, if you're being aggressive, if things go awry, a counterattack punishing failed aggression and punishing an overextension can hit very hard. And that's why we do say that typically momentum is favored on 10,000 feet. Games can end early if someone overextends. For now, though, there is that racks into factory early tech lab. Okay. So not going Reaper Hellion or Reactor Reaper Hellion, it's going to be early tech lab on the racks into, I would imagine, an add-on swap into early Cyclone. We'll see if we do come into the add-on swap. There we go. Early Cyclone production. This can lead into double Cyclone drop. We'll see. So players are still opening up. CC on the high ground. So there's that starboard follow-up for the eventual drop play, for the eventual medevacs. Oh, Twilight Council opener, not into Blink, into a Dark Shrine. herO, he just keeps spicing it up, papi. Ay, okay. Cyclone will catch out the first Zealot. Nice pickup. There's that recall. Will barely save the Zealots, I believe. herO setting up for the proxy pylons, warping across the map. Now, when it comes to DTs, they can end the game, straight up. They can just show up and then bam, insta-GG. We've seen Cure die to DTs. We've seen Beyond die to DTs as well. It doesn't happen often, but it does happen. Basically, it comes down to the mules. It comes down to whether or not Cure mules just before the DTs arrive. If he has no energy, that can end the game. Now, there is another caveat as well. It's possible that Cure does open up with an add-on swap into Raven. So if Cure does open up with a Raven here, then he will have a mobile detection and he'll be okay. So there is a chance that does occur. Likewise, he might hold on to energy as well. We'll keep an eye on those CCs. We'll see if he does have a scan available. Oh, as he does knock the edge. Okay. Cure moves out across the map. Charges on the way. Here come the initial Dark Templar. He just muled. He just muled at both locations. 0 scans available, no Raven either. DTs are waddling in and damage is going to be done. He knows. Okay. Oh, he does scout one of the proxy gateways. Dark Templar, they're waddling in. We have a Banshee on the way. We can start a Raven soon. There he is. He cancels. Yeah, he does cancel the Banshee. He does start the Raven immediately. DTs we can commit. He wants a tank. Okay, he does want to focus down the army. Gets 3 ACVs, denies any kind of mining, does fake off Marines. And Marines are going down. Nice value here. The Raven will eventually pop out. I do think that we could have gotten a little bit more damage here for herO. No! Pull away! Jesus. As the Waterman drop comes in, denies mining. Nothing to defend back at home. Yeah, nothing to defend. Cure denying so much mining, and herO, he's not at home because he commits across the map. He warps in. Tanks are sieged. Yeah, tanks are pre-sieged. herO, does he have enough to break through that tank line? It's close. Yeah, it's very close. He gets 1, he's going to get 2, but he will lose the Archon. No shot, 1 more volley. He barely gets both tanks, but he does not do anything more than that. That was not worth it. That was not worth it for herO. Takes down 2 tanks, bleeds out his entire army. He lost so much mining time as well. But herO still has the higher worker counts. Okay. herO economically is still in a better position, bearing in mind that Cure did lose a lot of SCVs earlier. But herO is still on 2 bases. Extra gateways to the bay as well on a 2-base economy. Very messy game. Very messy here. As herO is now looking to expand. There it is. He does claim his linear third. But the main army here is in favor of Cure, 100%. He's got 2 tanks, so there's mass bio. Cure's waiting for Stim. When Stim finishes, he's pushing, and when he pushes, he might not stop. He might not stop. If that's the case, there's going to be 1 Colossus to defend. Here comes the Mass on Siege. Let's go. Yeah, Mass on Siege for Cure. Does he pull the boys? Okay, he's thinking about it. Camera's over the natural. He does. There we go. The boys are being pulled. Stim! No! He gets it! No shot. Stim is denied. Oh my god. Cure, he's going for the all-in. Again, the boys have been pulled. It's all or nothing, but now no Stim. They're vanilla Marines. This is best case scenario for herO. He might still die, by the way. Like, that's still 3 tanks. That's still a massive tank count. Cure, can he siege up within range of the production? Yeah, the armor shred goes off. First tank goes down. Massive tank shots on the Colossus. Does barely survive, but you can see the tank volumes are insane. 1 tank still survives. There's 1 tank left. Stalker's getting low, but there is no Stim. Imagine this was Stim. Like, Stim would have punished the Blink Stalkers so hard earlier. And now we die. Now we die. We're getting some of that 3rd tank. There's a 4th tank now joining the fray. It's still a very clutch hold. It's still a very close defense. But here he will catch reinforcements. Speaking of free Marines, the 2nd Colossus waddles in. He's got 2 Colossi back. He's gonna lose 1. No, the battery keeps it alive. GG gets called, and herO, he denies Stim. He shuts down the all-in, and herO will claim the series 2-0. herO, he will advance on to the semi-finals. GG. Whew. herO, calm down. GG well played. Very impressive play there by herO, despite having a bit of a rocky start where herO was killing some SCVs, but at the same time there was also counter damage being dealt when it comes to the lack of mining at the natural. It was a very tense early game, very tense, and I'll be honest, I think that 2-base all-in from Cure could have worked if he had Stim. Right, Stim would have been a massive factor there. He had so many Marines. It would have been so difficult for herO to dive on the tanks and to try to punish them, because Stim Marines would have punished herO so hard for that engagement. But there was no Stim, and that was the game-winning move for herO. Made sure the Stim was a non-factor, delayed reinforcements, came in from behind, got on top of the tanks. GG well played, as herO didn't even lose a single Colossus, and with that, herO, he will advance on. And I believe we're getting ready for a winner's interview. Shout out to Maddox. I believe Maddox is going to be translating, and let's make sure that we actually have audio, just in case. Just in case here. Here we go.
herO, congratulations on your victory. The first question I want to ask you is about game number 1 versus Cure. You went for a proxy Stargate with 2 Oracles and 3 Adepts. Can you just talk to me a little bit about that build? Were you trying to snipe something of Cure, or do you feel like this is good against a lot of different Terran openings?
일단 김주도 선수 4강 진출 축하드리고요. 일단 첫 번째 질문 드릴 거는 김덕 선수와의 1세트 경기에서 이제 전직 우관을 하시면서 예언자를 2기를 모으고 이제 4도로 이제 그런 러쉬를 가는 플레이를 선택을 하셨단 말이에요. 이런 플레이가 좀 의도된 것인지, 좀 어떤 김덕 선수의 플레이를 좀 저격하려고 했던 것인지 좀 궁금하네요.
일단 도우기가 이런 큰 경기에 앞서서 준비를 굉장히 잘하는 스타일이고,
I can't wait for the Tasters to ask him how he thinks he's going to perform this season.
그것을 잘 노리고 올 거라고 생각했고, 그 부분을 좀 디테일하게 들어가자면 프로브로 이제 사이클론을 보게 되면, 아니면 혹은 사도로 보게 되면 투 예언자를 모아뛰려고 했었는데 그게 주요했던 것 같습니다.
Yeah, in these important matches, Cure actually prepares a lot. So that being said, he actually tries to prepare my Blink Stalker build. So I try to counter his moves to counter my Blink Stalkers. So yeah. So going to the details, I think if either my probe or the adept sees the initial cyclone, then I would just not send off my first oracle and just send off with 2 or 3 oracles and then push through. So I think that initial thoughts and the details work through well.
Congratulations again on advancing. What are your goals for this season of GSL?
네, 일단 진출 축하드리고.
He said it verbatim. What are your goals?
이번
He just
시즌에
asked just because, yeah.
또 어디지
What are they?
궁금합니다.
He wants to win.
일단 이번 시즌도
Nah,
저번
he's gonna say I wanna
시즌과
lose.
동일하게
True.
4강이 목표였거든요. 오프라인 무대 저번에 했었을 때 굉장히 짜릿했고 살아있음을 느꼈기 때문에 또 오프라인을 가고 싶다 생각했는데 이렇게 1등으로 기세 이어가지고 갈 수 있어서 굉장히 기쁩니다.
Yeah, my initial goals was same as last season. Just just get through the online and just go to the studio games. So yeah, after I went through the semifinals and finals, that last day, actually I felt alive with a lot of crowds playing in the live audiences. It actually made me feel much more confident and much more alive. So yeah, I'm glad that I get to feel that once more.
Congratulations on advancing to the round of 4. Best of luck to you.
네, 감사합니다.
감사합니다.
So what I would have loved to have heard from herO, and I mean I guess I appreciate that State did ask something a little bit more particular about game 1, I suppose, especially because we don't often get to hear from our players and hear their perspective. I would have loved to have heard, and this is what I would usually do for ANZ Champs, is ask herO about Clem. It's Clem's first time playing in GSL, right? And Clem, he's still playing in some of these upcoming matches. It would have been really cool to have asked him a little bit about this is the first time that we have Clem competing. There's a good chance that, a foreigner and can excel here in GSL. Are you happy that you didn't play against him, right? Were you a little bit concerned about maybe playing against Clem? What are your thoughts about something like that? Getting his perspective of that, because I'll be honest, I don't think we really gain any value from Tasteless' question. He's like, oh, what are your goals? He's like, I just want to go to the offline event. It's like, yeah, well, I mean, what do you expect him to say? So just to hear something a little bit different, just hear from that perspective. Or you can even ask him about about the upcoming matches as well, if you so choose to, about the upcoming opponents, about who he expects to see out of the other group, whether he believes that Shin will do well, right? Shin's his SC, he's a CJ boy, there are definitely things that you can ask about just to hear them elaborate a little bit more and talk about the players, more so than something that's more generic that you kind of already know the answer to, right? That's, yeah. It's kind of weird. But regardless, we're going to be going on a short break. When we come back, we'll have a next series. We're going to be having Clem versus Classic in the elimination match. We'll see you soon for another TVP. See you soon. Bye. See you soon.